Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. So today we're chatting about Kaizer Chiefs, the reviews of the players that played yesterday, and what we think of them, and how Chiefs honored Itumeleng Khune, which we didn't get to touch on yesterday. So today's player ratings honoring Khune and some interesting Itumeleng Khune. Yes, because a lot of you are gonna start crying. So anyway, please, before we get to that, please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Let's get to it. The game yesterday was terrible. It was boring as hell. Like, a part of me wished I did not watch what I watched. But all I can say is this, guys. We as Kaizer Chiefs fans, I know we love our team a lot, but we have to accept that Sundowns is now the best team in South Africa and will most likely be the best team in the history of South African football in years to come. Because I have been just checking updates of the JDL, and you guys can see they're playing on SuperSport. Sundowns is whipping Kaizer Chiefs under 13. Well, I think Chiefs under 13s won, but under 15, I think Sundowns beat them 4-1 or 5-1. The under 17 Sundowns beat them. The under 19s, the last time I checked, they were losing 2-0, I think, to Sundowns. I think 3-0, actually, now that I checked last. 3-0. All I can say is that Sundowns is going to be dominating us for a couple of years. And Chiefs fans, I'm sorry. But anyway, let's get to it. The player ratings. Vuma started the game. Vuma did not have much work to do in this game. There was honestly no work for Vuma. So the question is, why did Khune not start? So Vuma, I'm just going to give him a 5. There's not much he did. Actually, it even goes back to my thing. You guys will hate me for this. It's fine. But the whole thing of Ronan Williams becoming player of the season, a lot of the times, I get why people want to make him player of the season as a goalkeeper, but when Sundowns has the best defense in the league, the way they do, oftentimes when a keeper who has like the absolute best defense in the league, oftentimes that keeper will barely make saves. He will make one save a game. So for me, to call a person a player of the season who barely makes saves in a game and is barely involved in a game, it just doesn't feel right to me. Compared to like players like Ribeiro, who have to hustle 24/7, Tebogo Mokoena, who has to defend, he has to attack, he has to defend, he has to attack. Patrick Masangwai, who literally by himself has been making Pirates a machine and tick. And then Reyners, who's assisting and scoring and getting 3 points, etc. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying a goalkeeper is not important. The goalkeeper is one of the most important positions there. But for an individual award for player of the season, let's be honest. If a goalkeeper has a defense like Sundowns, how many times will strikers of opposition get to the goalkeeper? Not many times. So why would you give a goalkeeper an award for chilling at the post? Because right in a lot of games that Ronan Williams has been in, he might as well have brought a cam chair and put it by the post and chill there. And then maybe the big saves he makes are oftentimes the penalty saves. Those ones we can say, we give him those ones. And maybe the few one-on-ones that happen. But other than that, there's nothing. And the rest of the PSL keepers, via Sebenza Baba full time. Have you seen what Vuma has done in a short space of time playing for Chiefs? Because of how weak Chiefs defense is, the guy has been doing Brand by Lois saves from last season, even though he's a pub keeper. But anyway, so Vuma 5. Uhlanti is there, Hlanti 4. He has not contributed anything for us in the past few games. Actually, even 3. Hlanti 3. Simango, a 6, decent performance. Ditlokwe, a 5.5. He was struggling. Ditlokwe was really struggling. Kwinika, it was funny when Kwinika got substituted for Janssen. A part of me was like, Kwinika was playing today. I was like, Kwinika was really playing for Chiefs today. I don't believe. So Quinica, I'm gonna give him a 2. I didn't see him in this game. Like the way Abo Apolis were going, just the freeway lapa on his right side. I didn't see Quinica, so I honestly did not see him. So I'm still gonna give him a 2. Sitebe, I'm going to give him a 4. Castillo, I'm going to give him a 4. 4 is even feeling high for me. These guys, they were just not good enough. I'm actually going to give them 3 each. Castillo 3, Sitebe 3. Shabalala, I'm going to give a 5.5. It wasn't one of his better games. He didn't show involvement, but I understand why. The reason why I understand why, Polokwane City basically packed the midfield and they were moving the ball in, not the best, but like they were using the ball properly to get also Napolis and a lot of the players moving off the ball. So what tend to happen is that Shabalala found himself at the back, like by Abo Sitebe and Abo Castillo at the center half line, trying to find a way to make Cheese play because his 2 defensive midfielders were not playing. So it sacrificed Mdu's game and it actually drained himself. Like he was very drained. You could see by halftime. So Mdu, that's why I'll give him a 5.5. Not because of him, because of the situation he found himself in that forced him to be out of the game. So you can't give someone a 6.5 when they couldn't think outside the box on how to better find ways to make the team play. Because at the end of the day, he was not effective. He could have done something. The next player, it was Dupree. Dupree didn't play too much, so no rating for him. Mashiani, I'm going to give a 2. Mashiani came in, lost the balls. Mashiani came in, couldn't do anything in attack. Mashiani came in, and he just didn't look like a Kaizer Chiefs player. Yeah. I maybe someone will be like, let's not blame Mashiani because he's a defender, but Kevin Johnson took a defender and made him a striker, basically. Because Dupree, that position, Dupree is basically like the third or second strike. So Kevin Johnson made a defender a striker. So maybe we're being too hard on him. But I'll say this. It's not the first time Umashiane has played in that position. He has played in that position even with Arthur Zwane, even with Gavin Hunt, he has played in that position. What frustrates me with Uhappy Mashiane is that he can't do the small things right. You know, you may not be in your position, but hey, there are things, guys, that because at the end of the day, let's be honest, if he plays a wing back, his normal position where he plays a wing back that always overlaps, you would expect that he knows how to eliminate people, play a 1-2 in those positions. So there's basics I just expected from him that I did not see. And he's been at Chiefs for how many years now? The guy is too old to be coming in and contributing nothing. So for me, personally, I wish this to be Happy Mashiane's last season. I don't think it's good enough for a player to be in such a big team and not do his own training outside of Kaizer Chiefs, doing things like he's not doing enough for me personally. Like he's being outshined by Umtu Shabalala, who is only turned 20 now. So Umtu Shabalala in his small career so far has done more than Happy Mashiane. Since he's been here, I don't know for how long. Since Chiefs were in the finals of Champions League. You know Mashiane was in the final of Champions League a couple of years ago. But that Mashiane we saw in the Champions League was 10 times better than this one we're watching today. So how is he getting worse? That is a player problem. Yes, coaching is not good at Chiefs. But this guy, under every coach that has coached Chiefs so far, he is not getting better. You know? But anyway, the next one was Ranga Chivavero. Was Ranga even in this game? I don't remember. But anyway, Ranga 2. Saile 2. Ineffective. Our attack was just not there. So that's our season. The one player I'm going to give praise in this game for doing well is Umfundo Villa, guys, because he came in with good energy and he was showing some creativity, So I will give Umfundo Villa, guys, some props. And I enjoyed the introduction of Wu Jensen. I just didn't like it at right back because, the right back one, yes, he has played it at some points in his career, but in the past 2 seasons, he's been banging goals as a striker and an attacker. And that's what I want from him. Why, when Chiefs can't score goals, do you go and take a goal scorer and put him as a defender? And do you go and take a defender and go put him as a striker? There's logic in the things that happen. But in Chiefs, everything does not have logic. It doesn't have sense. We're not scoring goals, you put a defender as a striker. You're not scoring goals in the second half, dying minutes of the game. You take out a defender, you put in a striker. But where do you put that striker? As a defender. Hey, next minute we'll find these guys putting in Ukune as a left wing in the next game because I don't trust them anymore. These guys, and one of you guys actually did comment to say I mustn't be surprised when Kevin Johnson plays Happy Mashiani when Modi is not gone. When Modi is suspended, I remember in the comments, I can't remember who it was, but someone definitely did say Kevin Johnson will play Mashiani as a left wing in the comments. That person who mentioned it, I'm going to find you in the next game and I'm going to shout you out because I'm only remembering this comment now and you are right. But yeah, Kevin Johnson, his rating as a coach. In this game today, Kevin Johnson showed that it's even an insult to call him a Kaizer Chiefs coach. It's an insult to rate him as a coach. I can go and get a coach from Hammanskraal. I can go get a coach from Leboa Homu, from any place in Venda, from a place Umlazi, from Kailicha, from the Cape Flats. I can go get a coach from all these places. All of them, even Madagascar, Botswana, Swaziland, everywhere. I can go get a coach who plays in J with kids in school soccer. Plays with kids in school soccer, and I can bring him to Chiefs and he'll do 100 times better than Kevin Johnson, who goes and substitutes a striker for a defender in the first half, and then in the second half substitutes a defender for a striker, but he makes that striker play as a right back. So that is our coach. So his rating is a -10. Kevin Johnson has basically shown us how not to coach. Kevin Johnson should be in a Nando's commercial where they making jokes of a coach. He should be in a Nando's commercial because it's just a joke. So that's all I have to say for today. The other thing I wanted to say before I end the video is Castillo does not have creativity. Castillo is not good enough. And I know a lot of you hated, you guys were saying this, but when the season began, I did tell you guys, those people who know and were with the channel from the beginning, I did tell you that I really don't rate Castillo as a defensive midfielder because he doesn't show comfortability on the ball. And now what you're seeing is that he doesn't have a forward pass. He's not creative. He doesn't have a creative instinct. He's just a hard worker. So what you can do with the Castillo is that with the Castillo, you're just playing purely as a number 6. But even as a number 6, the problem with Castillo is this. He lacks awareness. So whenever he's playing as the last man, he cannot look behind him. And they always come and take the ball from behind him. So it's very weird how Castillo is playing, and that's why I in one of my previous videos I said if a North African team has to come to South Africa to Chiefs and offer Chiefs 8 million for Castillo, Chiefs must sell Castillo. They must not waste time. Sell Castillo. We need to look for something better. I know it's harsh, and I know a lot of you are gonna say coaching, and yes, coaching may actually help a player like Castillo, but I haven't seen enough natural ability from him playing as a midfielder. Amakhosi.